Peace stars, what's up? This your boy Evru, host of the Dynex podcast. We're gonna be talking about trade rumors and stuff like that. Where are my sources? Who cares about sources nowadays? Because everybody's wrong. But anyway, we're gonna talk about Chicago Bulls stuff, Phoenix Suns stuff, Julius Randle stuff, still some more Donovan Mitchell stuff too, man. But we'll get into it. But most importantly today, man, I'm gonna be doing a free giveaway. So stay tuned for a free giveaway at the for subscribers only, man. Subscribers only. So tune in for that. But without further ado, this is Dynex podcast. Ebru, let's get busy. Yeah, what's good, man? It's your boy Ebru doing a shotgun podcast today because there was something else planned that had to get canceled, and I figured since I had an idea to do something anyway, might as well talk about it the way I usually do it. So anyway, once again, there will be a giveaway at the end, man. So tune in for that. We got Tech Jones. What's good, Tech Jones? I haven't seen you in a while, man. What's good? Stay tuned, man. Maybe get a free giveaway at the end. Geraldine, this, that, and the other. Geraldine is always around, hanging around. Love her presence in this game here. But let's get busy, man. Let's just get this out the way, because I mean Donovan Mitchell stuff will never go away because they just want a reaction out of the fan base. And if they want a reaction, I'll give them a reaction, but it's not what they want to hear because I mean we're done with it. So shout out to Real GM. Real GM used to be the go-to back in the days, man. I'm talking about '02, '03, '04, even probably earlier than that. Real GM was probably like the only one. There was like the trendsetter, that gave it was like a one-stop shop for everything, man. So if you didn't get it on Real GM, you didn't get it anywhere. And I feel bad for you if you was in that era and don't remember Real GM. But Real GM used to be the shit, but not, not right now. There's like so many different places where you can get it, especially Twitter. Twitter's number one now. So anyway, this is actually from Twitter, Real GM. He says, Knicks were skeptical of the Cavs' interest in Donovan. I think that's all bullshit. That's all I gotta say. Anything they say about Donovan Mitchell, how the Knicks, they didn't know that the Knicks, the Cleveland deal was gonna come through. Come on, man. They had the whole summer, 2 months, and whatever. I think the Knicks gave them an offer earlier on. Jazz was trying to play hardball, thinking the Knicks was gonna change their mind. Knicks never changed their mind. They waited to the last hour and they was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt to put a deal together without signing RJ. So they said, you know what? Fuck it. We signed RJ, we moving on with our lives. You know what I'm saying? It's not the other way around. So no matter what people say, how they keep trying to flip it, how the Knicks messed up. Knicks didn't mess up, man. The Knicks were in it since the beginning. It don't take 2 months to make a trade. People say this is not like on 2K, the trade wouldn't even work on 2K. But listen, on regular fantasy leagues that are that we all play, it don't take that long to make a trade. You know what I'm saying? Either you're gonna make a trade with me or not. Although otherwise I take the trade off the block and I find somebody else. If not, I'll just do something else. That usually happens in my league. People always want to make trades in the beginning, but then when nobody wants to make the trades they want to make, then nobody makes no trades at all, and then people lose interest in the league and stuff like that. So anyway, there's a reason why people like basketball and stuff like that. It's because of drama like this, but not me, man. I'm not really into the drama. So anyway, let's check out what Shams had to say here. This has to do with Robert Saver. So I mean the commissioner came out and said that he's in full support of the decision by Saver to sell the team, blah blah blah. It's the right step in the right direction for the organization and the community. Which is basically what everybody says, man. Because this whole thing is a black eye. David Stern came out. One of the reporters asked him about the situation because they suspended him for a year, and then I think they fined him a million, $10 million, whatever. To an owner, that's really a slap on the wrist. But what do you want him to do? This is like you know, without getting too crazy, man. You have to have certain amount of evidence, whatever. And also, the guy's the owner of the team. So as an owner of a team, is like a lot of politics with that, man. If you own something, you could do what you want to do. They can't force you to sell something that you own. This is America, But according to everyone out there, they don't really stand to us. And listen, if you own something and you say something that people don't like, is that listen, don't come back then. Like because I own this place and that's it. They can boycott all they want, but I still own it. You know what I'm saying? I still own it. It's just the public backlash is what's making him making the conscious decision to sell the team. I'm quite sure behind the scenes they might have threatened him different ways. Like basically embargoes and that type of thing. In within the context of an NBA owner. These guys are billionaires. So I mean, they don't have to listen to anybody. They're billionaires. They the ones that run the world. But the public out, backlash and maybe other supporters that won't do business with him later on, or mess up things that he has going on. That's the reason why he's going to actively sell the team, which is easier than the NBA having to forcefully make him give up the team. That's basically war. That's like war in 2022, man. It's almost like getting your armada and sending ships out there to blow muskets at the freaking at the shoreline. That's exactly what it is. It's ridiculous, man. But anyway, I'm glad that this thing is over, man. But it adds to the conversation. So let's just keep it moving here. Um, we got Wojnarowski. He just made the point here that the Suns is a desirable location. Of course, have you ever been to Phoenix? I've never been to Phoenix, but I've been to Vegas a couple times. I've drove around the desert. I've drove from Vegas to California. It's a beautiful drive. If you like scenic stuff, if you like to look, just all that whole thing about being in Vegas and just the backdrop is beautiful. And who would not want to be there? The weather's always beautiful. It's cool enough in the winter where you can throw on your fall stuff and go hang out at night. But then in the daytime, you shorts and you can do whatever you want. Pools are big over there, so I mean, you can always get the water stuff or anything that you need over there. So I mean, Phoenix will be a great place for NBA franchise to go. So I mean, I got my man Dolan here on the right hand side holding the guitar. Dolan was public enemy number one for the longest time. Shout out to what is his name, the guy that used to uh own the Clippers. Look what he did. Dolan was nothing even close to that. Maybe a little alcoholism, maybe a little bad decisions, basketball decisions. Other than that, he's done a great job being a businessman and handling his business accordingly. Just that one little ripple with Isaiah, and then just the bad decisions. Even though he hired everybody that you could possibly think of to try to help the Knicks out, nothing panned out. So is that his fault that nothing panned out? He hired some of the best and biggest names in basketball, and it didn't pan out. But everybody say that he should sell the team. Look at all these other guys, man. There's so many other bigger things to worry about. Now, I wish I had it queued up, man, but one of the actors from Law and Order, right? I believe it's Law and Order. They asked him about the Queen in England. So he said, "Oh, how do you feel about the Queen, the passing the Queen?" And he's like, "Well, I'm kind of more concerned about what's going on in Puerto Rico and the various other places around the country. But respect the dead, basically. God bless." That's what he said. Literally said that. He didn't say respect the dead, but he said, "But God bless." They gave a New York answer for that. So I thought that was just, it just puts things into perspective. And there's other things to worry about in this world. Why are you worried about Dolan trying his best for the Knicks to do well? Just look at the Phoenix owner. He's been the owner for a minute. The other dude, Donald Sterling, the Clippers. He was the Clippers owner for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, there's other things to worry about besides James Dolan and stuff. So anyway, shout out to Phoenix. Great destination to play. Let's just keep it moving with that. That leads us to trade rumors now. So we're talking about Jay Crowder here. Jay Crowder, everyone seems to want to trade him for a bag of chips and this, that, and the other. When I say him, I'm talking about Julius Randle. They want to trade Julius Randle for Jay Crowder and basically a bag of chips, man. To me, I mean, guys need to get off it, man. I mean, I know we hate Julius Randle right now, but there's so many different other things to worry about in this world besides, the stuff that went on, whatever, and just a backlash. I get it because I don't want him on the team either. But at the same time, what else can we do? We can't just throw him away. We can't just throw him away. We would have to get something significant to help the franchise. So anyway, if a trade comes up where we can get Jay Crowder and something, because I mean, first round picks is not going to help us at the moment. We have already got enough of those. We got enough first round picks. A lot of people say that some of the young guys that they have over there, that, oh, nah, they would never trade those guys. So then what are we talking about here? If they're not going to give us somebody of significance that's going to help us, in exchange for Julius Randle, then what are we talking about here? So I just want to take a look at some of these things here with having to do with Crawford. Him going to Philadelphia seems like the best destination for him because they have too many guys over there. Shout out to the dude from Long Island or whatever players they got there. They can take a cut in some of their players because they have too many top heavy players, too many guys that make too much money. Bring Crawford in, Jay Crowder in there, and you could just make that work over there because they really don't need high end starters. They already got James Harden and they already got Embiid. So there's no need for some of the other guys that they have on the roster too, man. So I mean, getting Jay Crowder as a bench guy or just a role player to play within that group makes more sense. So I mean, that makes sense for them, but the Knicks are not there. The Knicks are not there where we need to split Julius Randle in half because we're trying to save salary. We're not even there. We're not there yet for us to make that type of move. That's why that move will make so much more sense with Philadelphia. So that's basically what this is saying here too. They're talking about Reggie Bullock and that type of thing too to go to Philly. But this is not a Philly podcast. This is the Knicks podcast. So anyway, shout out to everybody in the chat. Once again, man, I just want to remind everybody that we are going to be doing a giveaway. So I mean, I pinned it to the YouTube chat here. I'm not on any other channel tonight. I just YouTube by itself. Please stay for the end because I'm gonna do a subscribers only giveaway. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, and then you could be a part of the giveaway at the end. So anyway, let's keep it moving. So anyway, I got Julius Randle here. So Julius Randle sitting here with the backdrop of beautiful mountains and the caption. This is what he posted on his IG. So I can imagine the caption and stuff like that. Man, look at the beautiful vibes. Wow, I'm here. Whatever cliche bullshit you want to say. You know what has great views? Phoenix. I just talked about it. They have great views out there in the desert. Like I said, I've never been to Phoenix, but from what I hear, it's very similar to Vegas. So if you like the backdrop with the sand and the freaking desert and the mountains and all this other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Take your ass to freaking Phoenix, man. I could see him going there. But like I said, I'm thinking of that kid, Chad Johnson. I don't know if anybody said that in the chat. Shout out to everybody hanging out in the chat, man. I don't know if anybody said anything about Chad Johnson, but I would like to get him. No, I mean Cam Johnson, I think his name is whatever the hell the kid's name is. Everybody knows who the hell I'm talking about. Because this is the Die Hard Knicks podcast. It's not this is not the Please Teach Me About the Knicks podcast. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody here. I got my man Joe Curry's here. Joe Curry's always hanging out. Yeah, man, freaking Donald Sterling. But we worried about what James Dolan's doing. Shout out to Pudge. What's good, Pudge? Yeah, man. So anyway, let's keep it moving here. Uh, Next plot point here. This is Dennis Smith Jr. So I got him up here. Shams reported that Charlotte signed him. So why is that significant? I don't know if you guys saw the summer games where basically Dennis Smith Jr. was busting Donovan Mitchell's ass, right? And he was talking junk too. I don't know who he was talking to. Was he talking to Donovan Mitchell? He could have been talking to Donovan Mitchell. So anyway, if this kid Dennis Smith Jr. is back and he's on Charlotte, then what do they need Scary Terry for? You know what I'm saying? What they need Scary Terry for. Also, too, they got that other kid, one of the bridge kids, like the Miles Bridges. I believe he's not signed yet. You know what I'm saying? I still believe he's not signed. I think he's a free agent at the moment. I don't know if he's going to be on a qualifying offer or if they snuck that under the rug because he was a free agent, if I'm not mistaken. If anybody in the chat could tell me what's going on with Miles Bridges, but he was supposed to be a free agent entering this year, but I think now they're going to let him go on a qualifying offer. Just hopefully, that everything will clears up with his trial and stuff like that, and he'll be able to go, into the year, playing for the team and stuff. But if none of that happens, they're going to need a forward, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we've been talking about Julius Randle for Terry Rozier for the longest time. So I'll make that trade. I know the Knicks have a lot of guards and stuff, but if we can get a three-man trade with that, maybe send Julius Randle to Charlotte, maybe get Gordon Hayward up in the mix, add some of our other guys there, maybe to do like a full swap, maybe clear out some of the guys that we have and send them over there for a better opportunity. I'm talking about some of the young guys and stuff like that. Then that's something that we can do for Charlotte. They also have a couple other young guys on that team that I like. So that's just something to think about. Dennis Smith Jr. signing to Charlotte, it might be a little bit more than we think with that situation. So just keep watching because I'm quite sure other fan bases around the league are watching too because the Knicks got too many players. We got Quickly, they probably could start for us this year, but we got Jalen Brunson, you got RJ, but Quentin Grimes is on the roster. Is Quentin Grimes going to ascend? You still got Fournier. Rose is still on the team. So we got a lot of question marks also. So around the league, they're going to be looking at us to see what we do. And same thing, we should be looking at other teams to see what we can pluck off some of these other teams' rosters as well. Yeah, man. So let's just keep that moving again. Go to the next point I got queued up here. This is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, man. This guy is hurt again. So I mean, we just finished seeing pictures of him with his shirt off, walking around Manhattan with some goofy, 1993 jeans, punk rock jeans, like as if they invented it. People been wearing stuff like that. So anyway, out there looking like, I don't know, Rick James out this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, the talent for this dude, I would love Shea Alexander to be on the Knicks, man. But like I said, a grade two MCL sprain. Come on, man. He's gonna be reevaluated in 2 weeks. So I mean, so he will be out for the start of training camp. So I mean, he's not even gonna be in training camp for that team. So I mean, if there's anybody that's dangling, it's this guy right here. I'm not even talking about on his MCL, because I mean, like I said, the Knicks listen. With this Donovan Mitchell deal, man, let me make it a little bigger so people in the back can see. We already did like this to Donovan Mitchell. Boop. You know what I'm saying? Like if we really, really wanted him, like if Isaiah Thomas was here, we would have Donovan Mitchell. So you know what I'm saying? We could do like this to Donovan Mitchell, right? Boop. If we could do that, then we can do like this, boop, and grab Shea Gilgeous-Alexander if we wanted to. And at the same time with this kid, he keeps hurting himself. Like now, MCL sprain, come on, that's a big deal. It's not ACL, but still, if the MCL is sprained, that means the ACL is damaged too, man. So there's stuff going on there. So if they want to try to get the best package for their buck, the Knicks got, like I said, they went boop to Donovan Mitchell, so they should be able to get Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, especially with a team that already got every draft pick that possibly could use. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they might want to finally get rid of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander if we give up a Quentin Grimes and that type of thing. So I mean, Shai Gilgeous, he's still young too. I'm worried about the injury stuff, man. But like, if the Knicks want to make that decision to get this dude, then it's possible that we can go that route. So let's keep it moving. I hope people tune into this thing later, come and watch the replay. I think this is an interesting podcast. If I don't say so myself, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the chat. See a couple of other people in here just popped in. We got Punisher BX. Yeah, you wish well for DSJ. You could have played point guard. I mean, well, it wasn't last year. It was the year before when we made the trade for Rose. We traded him for Rose and whatever. But I get what you're saying here, man. But he's got work to do. But if you saw him in the summer league, he looked like he was thirsty. But he's always thirsty in the summer league with the dunks and stuff. The year before we traded him, he was out in Japan or China, wherever, hanging out with Steph Curry and Embiid. So you would think hanging out with those guys, something would have rubbed off on him, but no, he is out the league because of that. Shout out to Joe Curry again. Fournier and Rose for cap space. That's also possible. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander would never play basketball again. He's a walking. He is, man. That motherfucker need. I don't know what to tell you. I don't even know what he needs. He might just need to just get older. Sometimes guys like this, once they get out of the their 20, once they start their 20s, they still got the baby stuff going on. So they gotta wait till they get almost 30 for their body to finally get some strength. Shout out to Paul George. Paul George didn't really start getting crazy until he broke his leg. He was already becoming Paul George, but it took him completely cracking his fibia in order for him to transcend into the PG-13 that we talk about now. Yeah, salute Butch, Brooklyn Butch. Salute to Powers. Shaw, what's good, man? Sharice Duncan, what you talking about? He said, ready to see these training camp. We'll see, man. I'm about to apply for a job. Does anybody want to apply for a job with me over there for the Knicks training facility? Yeah, man. Gotta be a fly on the wall, man. So, anyways, people that can read, if you read really well, it says injury update for Lonzo Ball. So this is another team, Chicago Bulls, that we seem to always be in the mix to make a trade with this club. It's been going on ever since Melo was here because we was going to trade Melo over there and this, that, and the other. But I mean, this guy Lonzo Ball is another guy that's always freaking hurt. I'm not talking about getting this guy because I don't think he's a point guard. I think he's a shooting guard. Who's the point guard over there with the Bulls is what's the name? Uh DeRozan. I can't think of the guy's name. It's my man DeRozan. So automatically a lot of people are talking about DeRozan, coming to the Knicks, being a ball handler and that type of thing. So anyway, let's go do the article. This is the article that mostly people are quoting off of. This is from heavy.com. Shout out to heavy.com, man. Heavy.com has been putting out a lot of Knicks content lately. So I guess they know how to build their brand by on the backs of Knicks fans, right? So anyway, they're talking about MVP candidates as blockbuster trade for the Knicks. Anyway, the Knicks are linked to last season's MVP candidate. Talking about, DeRozan. Shout out to Levine because Levine is the guy I want. Even though Levine is injury prone too. All these guys are injury prone, man. Like I said, these guys are all around the same age, like 25 or so. They're starting to transcend into like their primes now. So primes, for some of these guys, maybe that's when they start to not be injured. Their body starts to solidify and they start getting their grown man strength, hopefully. They don't have to worry about all these nagging injuries. Shout out to DeRozan. DeRozan was hurt a lot early in his career as well, but he seems like he turned back the clock. He turned just from like a slasher dunker to now he's a full blown point guard now, man. So, shout out to DeRozan, man. But what I want DeRozan can't shoot threes, man. It's not that he can't shoot threes; it's just that he won't shoot threes. That's just not in his game. You know what I'm saying? So we already have plenty of guys like that. We got RJ Barrett, number one. You got Julius Randle. Brunson, we need him to handle the ball. So, I mean, getting DeRozan, is he going to turn into a slasher in his old age? No, he wants the ball. He wants to get to the foul line and shoot those foul line jump shots, and that's it. He wants to get to the basket and dunk. Other than that, he's not going to be a spot up shooter and that type of thing that we would need from him, or be that go to guy, to hit daggers and that type of thing in the way that we need him to. Let RJ figure that out. Let RJ do that because I mean we paid him and he's supposed to be on this trajectory. So anyway, let's keep moving with that. Here's the thing, just to bring it back to Phoenix, bring it full circle to Phoenix again. Robert Saver and GM. This is actually an old tweet, 2018. So it says Suns owner Rob Saver, which is ironic because now he's about to be out, and GM Ryan McDuggan, whatever his name is, are meeting with guard Devin Booker and his agent Leon Rose. That's the only reason why I put it up there because in 2018 he was Devin Booker's agent. I'm talking about Leon Rose. They have a framework for his contract. Booker's a strong candidate for a max deal. All right, so I mean, Leon Rose is the one that hooked that dude up. Basically in the same way that Jalen Brunson or whatever. It's just that you remember these guys when they were babies and stuff because their fathers used to be pros and that type of thing. So I mean, these guys are basically families to Leon Rose, looking out for them and stuff like that. Just only a couple years. Only talking about 4 years ago. 4 years ago is when I started the podcast. So when I started the audio podcast, I should say. You know what I'm saying? So I've been podcasting since 2018, and that's how long ago. How time could just change because it seemed like only time passed maybe a year or so. But since I've been doing this, but time has passed, man. So I mean, now Leon Rose is the head of the Knicks right now. So I mean, there's definitely connections here, obviously. So I mean, the shout out to Devin Booker's little kid picture there. It's crazy. So there's another thing I wanted to say. So this is them together, talking with the mask and stuff on. This is recently when he was with the Knicks. This is 2001. So I mean, they have that respect for each other. So I'm quite sure there's got to be like, hey man, is there a way to get you to the Knicks? I'm quite sure they've talked about it because you're allowed to talk to people. That's what's weird about people that talk about sports. These guys can talk to each other. They don't have to like not talk to each other. You can pick up the phone and call somebody. You know what I'm saying? People can have a regular conversation and stuff like that. It doesn't always have to be, oh my God, look at Devin Booker and Leon Rose talking to each other. They could just be talking to each other. Whatever they're allowed to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, shout out this is Ian Bagley. This is him here also talking about could the Knicks trade for the Suns? Well, this is also in 2020, right after Leon Rose got the job or whatever. So I mean, there's obvious connections there, man. So that's all people want to talk about. Shout out to Chris Paul. Maybe Chris Paul as his career goes down, and as Phoenix goes down, maybe Chris Paul might want to come hang out with us for a couple of years. But he wouldn't sign that big contract, so I wouldn't think that's gonna happen, man. So anyway, I think that's the end of what I had to say here. But thank you. Please stay tuned because I don't know if you guys paid attention, like I was saying earlier in the show, and I said it in the middle of the show as well. Stay tuned for a free giveaway at the end for subscribers only, man. So listen, I said subscribers only for a reason, man, because I want to give back to the guys that are helping out this channel, man. So I mean, the reason why I'm doing that today is because I follow this young man here. This is Kurt Nugent. Okay, so I follow him and I got a notification just like people get notifications for this channel. So I know it works. I saw the notification. I said, hey, let me click it. See what he's talking about. So he was having a special podcast to commemorate his 6,000 subscriber. So I actually was watching on air while he was going to get his 6,000 subscriber. So I think he was like maybe 3 away from 6,000. So I said, oh shit, let me sign into I'm already subscribed in my regular channel. So I say, hey, let me use Die Hard Knicks, and I go in there and I'll subscribe one time. So I did that. So he was able, I don't think it was because of me, but a couple people did that, and he was able to get over the 6,000 subscriber mark. So listen, man, you guys don't really understand what it means for these little accolades and stuff. Like just for people to be in the chat is incredible, man. Just for people to support, people going in the comments and things of that nature, that is incredible within itself. But these little milestones crossing over into the next thousand, like for me, 1,000 subscribers was big because it's the whole monetization thing. Not for nothing. Once you get monetized, you realize you don't get no money, right? So anyway, so we're not doing it for money. That's the big thing, right? But I mean, once I got the second thousand, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Like I feel like I'm a YouTuber. So I literally am a YouTuber, right? So anyway, this guy, he got into the sex. So he was so happy. So he was so happy that he had a giveaway. So guess who wins his second giveaway? Your boy right here. You know what I'm saying? If you go to his channel later, you can actually look at his last video. Well, it's gonna be a second to last video because I think he's going live tonight. So it's like a second to last video where he's doing a giveaway and stuff. Like you can watch me on there. I'm using my regular account and I'm using the Die Hard Knicks account. And then he uses I use my government name for the regular account. And he shouted me out what I won. I couldn't believe it, man. I actually won something that I actually need at the moment, which is like a microphone for like a GoPro type of thing. So anyway, I really appreciate that guy, man. So anyway, he gave back to the fans because it means so much to him. So I'm gonna do the same today. That's why I'm doing this. I'm gonna give back to my to not necessarily my fans, but just my supporters, the community, the Dynamics community, and I'm just gonna do that. But right now, before I do that, wait, I gotta make sure I mute this here because I gotta pull up my YouTube channel and I gotta actually go into my thing here, and I'm gonna block everybody that's not subscribed. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not subscribed to the podcast, you cannot win this anything tonight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna put subscribers only. I'm gonna put it basically for the rest of the night. So we're gonna do it like that. Change this. All right, so I'll do that. So right now it should be subscribers only. So it says Diet Knicks podcast turn on subscribers only mode. So only channels subscribed of 5 hours or longer can send messages. So listen, I'm sorry for if you're not subscribed, right? Because if you're not subscribed, then guess what? You just got booted out of the you just got booted out the chat. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, shout out to everybody that's still hanging around. If you're still here, say like give a two thumbs up or something like that, or a thumbs up. Just give me an emoji if you're still here. Just to let you know. I see a couple yo's. Give me some emojis if you guys are still here because this is for you guys. I know there's people that are still watching that are not subscribers, but listen, I already gave warning when you first clicked it. I gave warning in the middle, and I gave warning before. So I mean, like, listen, if you're not subscribed, then hey, man, diehards only, man. So you guys are my guys here. Thank you for always supporting and stuff. But we're gonna do the giveaway right now, man. So what I need you guys to do, since I already know that you guys are subscribed, I need you guys to put in the chat DHNP. Die Hard Knicks podcast. Okay, I need you to put that in the chat right now. I'm gonna write all that stuff down. And I'm gonna put your names in a hat, and we're gonna do a live drawing for what I'm gonna give away. What am I giving away? Right, I'm going to give away 2 gift cards. I was going to give away something big, but hey, might as well just make it big, make it small. 2 gift cards for Amazon, $10 a piece. That's fine, right? I was going to give one like 50 card, but I said, you know what? I'll give 10. I'll give 2 10 cards today, and probably the next podcast I'll give away something else too, just to make it fun for everybody. So whoever wants to get in on this $10 Amazon gift card, just please just say it once. Got to say it up much so I can see. Everybody can see on the side who's gonna be put in there. So I'm just gonna read it off here. This is exactly how Kurt Nugent did it, man. So God bless him. I hope he's watching and taking a look at what I'm doing here. But I got Mike K. Who else we got here? Got Mike K. We got Clifton Robinson. Clifton. I'll do Clifton Rob. Just in case. We got R.D. Barn. So bear with me. This is for you guys, man. So bear with me. We got Shai Powers. Shai Powers, you're very close to being disqualified, man, because you're kind of close to the family here. But it's all good. So we got Sharice. I got Sharice. I'll give you put the whole name. Sharice Duncan, just in case there's another Sharice that pops in. We got Geraldine. Sweet Geraldine. Who else we got here? We got Brooklyn Butch. So I just put Butch, okay? I put BK Butch. All right, who else we got here? We got, of course, Mr. Pudge. So listen, man, that's a decent group there. So I look. You kind of too close to the family, man. So but I'm still gonna put you in there, man. So listen, I'll let people pop in for a second, man. For those that are wondering what the hell's going on, look at everybody that popped out the chat. A bunch of people popped out the chat because this does not pertain to them. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't see it. So anyway, hit the thumbs up, guys, too. While you're here waiting, hit the thumbs up if you haven't done so already. But here we go. Here we're gonna do this now. We're going to put you guys into the hat here. I'll do it offline. That way you guys won't be so bored with it. So I'm gonna do this offline here on the side. So anyway, like the reason why I did the podcast, if I can clear, just make some kill some time here. The reason why I do this podcast is because I actually want to meet more people like myself. I want to meet other people that love the Knicks. And I love the Knicks. I can find people that like the Knicks too, but that you could never get a decent conversation. So everybody knows from if you follow the podcast that I was out looking for people, just like you guys looking for talk. So I get tired of hearing know-it-alls on the screen that think they know more than me. Listen, we are all a diehard fans, right? That's why I'm calling and happen to be wasting my time trying to call into a talk show just so I can get my little bars out. It's not because I like the person so much where I have to where I'm such a fan of this person's show that I want to get on their show. No, it's because I need to get these bars out. I love the Knicks so much, man. I love the Knicks so much. So I went looking on the radio. I ran into a couple guys that they just didn't resonate with me. So of course I found my way to well, first audio podcasts. So I didn't well, most of the audio podcasts is just a bunch of guys that I don't relate to. Not to keep it racial or anything like that, but a lot of the guys that were doing a podcast were basically not from the same place I'm from. So I can't relate to those guys. I can't relate to them. So I just happened to one day just look at YouTube because I never looked at YouTube for Knicks content. I would look at YouTube for other things like how to stuff and that type of thing. So to my surprise, the first person that I saw was nothing but Knicks. Shout out to BK Butch, right? Make sure I get you guys in it. Shout out to Knicks Fan TV. But I didn't see them first. I actually saw nothing but Knicks first. A couple other people I saw after that, but then I saw Knicks Fan TV and I saw what they were doing. Knicks Fan TV sounds like the same white boys that the keep it a buck. They sound like the same white boys I was trying to get away from. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to support them because they look like me and that type of thing. So I was trying to support them, but really nothing but Knicks. They really resonated with me when so I started watching them. But I had already started the podcast at that point. I was doing the audio stuff. I had no idea people were doing full blown podcasts on the internet, man. It just blew my mind. So fast forward to today. That's what's going on now, man. So anyway, I'm using this, guys. I'm using I'm using an actual pinwheel here. I'm gonna try not to click it, while I'm talking here. But let me see. Grant, say, Mr. Grant, did you get in there, Mr. Kareem? All right, so Kareem, if you want to get in here, man, I'll type in DNH. Well, everybody spelled it wrong, but anyway, type in DNHP. Why not? It's actually Die Hard K. I think I said N, right? Am I retarded? I think I said N. So you guys are like half retarded, just like I am, man. Everybody's half retarded, just like me, man. I meant to say K, and you guys just repeated what I said. So anyway, Mr. Kareem, since you're my guy, I'm just gonna put you in here anyway, man, Mr. Kareem. If you don't want the giveaway, because I'm only giving away two $10 uh gift cards from Amazon. That's what I'm doing right now. So I'll put you in anyway, Kareem. Just because. So anyway, I'm gonna shut down. I'm gonna shut it down, and then just get rid of this so you guys can go about your merry way. Okay. So the winner, right? The winner has all you have to do is give me an email. I'll post the email here. This is my email. So whoever wins, just send an email to diehardknicksblog@gmail.com. Send me an email, and then I'll just email you the gift card. All right. So any stragglers around, It's no stragglers, so it's just us, 18 people here. We basically got 18 people in this circle here, just about. So anyway, let's get busy, man. I'll just hit the wheel, and you'll see the first winner immediately right up on the screen, man. So here we go, guys. First batter up, spinning around. So put it right up on the screen. Oh, Mr. Pudge. Look at that, Mr. Pudge. Pudge is the first one. You won the first one. So shout out to Pudge, man. It's only right that Pudge got the first one, huh? Pudge is only right. So Pudge got the first 10. So listen, Pudge, man, send an email to diehardknicksblog at gmail.com. If you want to, you could actually screenshot this. Screenshot this and send it to me. You know, if you can, screenshot this and send it to me to this email, and then I'll send you your gift card right away. Okay. So let's clear this out. Hopefully you got the screenshot. Actually, if you're still there, my man, Mr. Pudge, if you're still hanging around here, send me that screenshot of this and then email me the screenshot, and then I'll send you the gift card. All right, guys. So let's get into the next one. Mr. Pudge is the first one. Wow, that's amazing. So that's good juju right there. I think everybody here could say that they would want him to be there. You know, I forgot to put Amani in there. So let's drop Amani because Amani, I'll put him in there. So you know, thank you, Amani, because you just ruined everybody's chances here. You just changed everything. So I'll put Mr. Armani in there. Just making sure that I ain't put him in there twice. So I forgot to put him in there before. I did see him, you know, so I forgot to put him in there. All right, so Amani's in there, right? All right, so we got to do number two. So you guys ready for number two? Let's do number two. Number two's winner for the second $10 Amazon gift card. Let's go. This is not fixed. Oh, look, Amani almost got it. Clifton. All right, so it's Clifton. So we got Clifton and Pudge, man. Shout out to you guys. Mr. Clifton, same thing. If you could screenshot this, Mr. Clifton, and send it to this email you see here, diehardknicksblog at gmail.com. Screenshot this and send it to me, and then I'll send you over your Amazon gift card. So anyway, thank you everybody for participating in this. Shout out to Amani because you know where's let me see where he is there. So Amani's right there. So I think he passed Kareem, and then he went to the other guy. So I mean, Amani kind of messed it up for I think it was Kareem. I think he messed it up for Kareem. So anyway, shout out to everybody that tuned in, you know, here that participated in this. All subscribers only. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the podcast because I'm going to be giving another giveaway in the next podcast, you know, to just try to pay it forward. Because I promised Kurt Nugent that I would pay it forward. I won this contest. I didn't expect to win that microphone. So I won the microphone that I actually wanted, you know, that's like through the grace of God or whatever. So I told him I would pay it forward. So tonight I'm going to give away I gave away already two Amazon gift cards, and then in the next podcast, I'm going to give away something different. So tune into the next podcast. Will be Thursday. I'm going to have a special guest on there. We'll talk about a bunch of different things, and it will be a giveaway that's you know that's going to go along with what we're going to talk about in the next podcast. So anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in for this whole thing here. To me, I think it's a great podcast. I think I do good work, man. I watch my own podcast. I let you guys know, you know, almost all the time that I don't listen to anybody's podcast anymore. I can't because, you know, I'm trying to create content. I can't create content if I'm like too busy watching other people's content. You know, so I know a lot of people from that have their own channel. They watch this channel. You know, I get it, man. But my brain just, you know, I have ADD, ADHD, and so I mean, I just can't do it. I'm not wrapped too tight. That's what it is. You know, also too, I also have another podcast that I'm doing, guys. If you want to take a look at that, it's called Die Hard. It's called Die Hard Marvel. Of course, I don't have it queued out because I deleted it like the other day by accident. But let me see if I can just pull it up from one of my other boards here. Yeah. So look, this is the background drop from it. You know, and basically that's it. That's all you really need to know. This is Die Hard Knicks podcast. And this is my new thing here. This is Die Hard Marvel. You know, so shout out to everyone that likes Marvel. Please go to that channel and you can check it out. And I'm basically doing the same thing there that I'm doing here. So anyway, I don't want to take up so much more of your time. Please follow Die Hard Marvel. just type in Die Hard Marvel, and you'll see it. And there you go, man. Thanks for tuning in. I have it. Listen, no, all jokes aside, that is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? So people really do have it. I think I'm among diagnosed because I can't stop talking. My wife tells me the same thing every day. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. That's all I got to say here, man. Like I said, I'll see you in the next podcast. I will be giving something else away. Subscribers only. All right, guys. Peace. See you guys on the next one.